Oh, oh, jeez, don't fall. Yo, what is up, you guys? What is up, you guys? Yeah, Alchemist Ganjier here. Yeah, I am super excited. This is first day on with the new setup. And of course, as always, there are some little hang-ups and little things here and there happening that make this whole thing all fun and exciting. Yes, gonna have a special guest on today. To talk about their experiences dealing with the Virginia state and all that business while trying to be a cannabis entrepreneur. But we got a lot of things on the agenda to talk about today. Oh my gosh, man! There's been a good fair bit. Yeah, the this is, I guess, like we'll do some enlightenment, bud. um, Today we're going to be checking out some Rainbow Runts, courtesy of Roanoke Cannabis Adventures. I was talking with my boy Chris and Hunter, and they had me looking at this Rainbow Runts, and it has just been just really lovely, just absolutely lovely. Like notes of like hibiscus and licorice. Very excited to get into this. But yes, today, um, God, like where do we even start? I mean, because like there's been lots of stuff going on, like culture wise. We have 420 coming up, um, and all this like political stuff. I feel like the show has been like super political lately, just because of like all the upheaval that's been going on, thanks to Mr. Youngkin. Jesus, he's just like the in Virginia. He's like the Kanye West of the cannabis world, just constantly just being an ass. But yes, let's start to unwrap our multi-layered story, as it were. Um, and let's see, from the heart of our very own Virginia, start with historical intrigue and some modern day drama. Um, yes, so here, while I break this, actually, um, here actually before I get into too much of that, because I feel like once I get started and riled up, I'm not going to really slow down until it's time to to bring on our guest. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing real quick. Just absolutely beauteous. um yeah, let's get a little. Look at this. Look at this Rainbow Runt. Oh, um, is that light too bright? That light might be a little bit too bright. But yeah, look at just yeah, got good density to it. Got good squish. Oh boy, smells like it's going to be a nice, relaxing euphoria, which is like kind of what I need right now. Um, Considering this bullcrap that Youngkin is doing. Like I don't even know where like to fully like just go on and start. But yeah, like here and then the Dominion State, Governor Glenn Youngkin, he has sparked controversy, just like I said, the way that like Kanye or that recent like JoJo stuff going on with her like bullying little kids. Um, but yeah, his latest move, vetoing two crucial bills. Now, SB 448 and HB 698. And now these just weren't any bills. These were essentially like a beacon of hope for establishing a regulated cannabis market and addressing past pot conventions here in Virginia, guys. Now we break this down, right? Like Virginia, like guys, like we for those who like aren't here in Virginia or like aren't in the fully know, we gave the green light to possession of small amounts of weed and like whatnot 3 years ago. And as of today, well, if you want to buy weed legally, you're pretty much out of luck. Like what I have here, um, this beautiful Rainbow Runt, courtesy of Roanoke Cannabis Adventures, was a gift to me. Um, from my good peoples there, and I don't mean in any type of like sketchy like side deal gift, like as in like they were like, hey friend, like we have this fire, like check it out. um yeah. But like yeah, no, if you want to like go and like purchase a weed, you're either like buying THCA online, or you're going to like a pop-up, or you're going to like a medical dispensary, and buying their dried out bull crap. Oh my gosh! Wow. Just like if I could just interrupt myself here for a moment, just like if this breakdown is like it. Whoops. No, that wasn't the grind. That was just me being overzealous. I thought I was gonna have to turn it harder, and then I just didn't. Yeah, that's actually it's got a nice grind on it. That feels lovely. All right, but yeah, no. If you're trying to buy weed here in Virginia, yeah, no, you're shit out of luck. And like what these two bills were trying to do, was try to remedy that. And that's kind of where it gets sticky. Like because like Youngkin's trying to be all like, oh, like he's basically fear mongering. It's like, oh, there's going to be increased gang activity, and there's going to be like problems with mental health, and there's going to be all of these issues with addiction, and kids in schools are going to be consuming more, when none of that is connected with like the legalization, and like that's the thing, is that like evidence from states with regulated cannabis markets, like they tell a completely different tale. Like crime rates are down. Hold on one second. Guys, like crime rates are down. um uh Shoot, sorry. Trying to navigate my new setup, and I lost my train of thought. But yeah, like oh yeah, product safety, is up, even though there are reports and whatnot coming out, um of there being like contaminated carts in legal states and stuff like that. Like yeah, like I get it, like that type of stuff is going to happen. um because you have new markets that are trying to establish themselves, and they don't have the ease of being able to like work alongside with all of these other well-established markets to be like, okay, what really worked for you guys, how can we replicate that, because of all of this like jerry rigging of like legal infrastructure to try and like make shit happen. it's like it just like that part like doesn't really make a lot of sense. But like even with that all being considered, like safety is still up. Like as far as these places, like I don't trust carts in unregulated states like Virginia. Only just now am I seeing people that are actually like creating their own carts like legally that could be of a quality that like I was like, wow, actually like that's not only going to be trustworthy, but it's going to be pretty good. Um, but like, sorry, I digress. Like the benefits that other states are saying, in addition to the product safety being up, to the crime rates going down, you're also looking at like massive tax rates soaring. I mean, there's even a governor in another state right now that's talking about how they're going to use cannabis sales to completely solve their housing like crisis issues. Like right now, Roanoke has a massive housing crisis issue. They're talking about spending millions and millions and millions of dollars to build new housing for the homeless to help people get off the streets and to help like build up our area because like we're just like overwhelmed with people who can't afford like to live in homes or people are in a state that like that they don't have the help they need and having a home is like a part of the whole progress like and we our governor just turned down a shitload of potential tax revenue that could have helped like pay for that stuff all while our taxes are being jacked up. AEP just got a rate increase and all this other stuff. It's like the shit's wild. I am like Youngkin's preference for the black market over a regulated, safer, and economically beneficial system is like, frankly, it's baffling from anybody who actually cares about money. Like, I don't know what this whole deal with like with like being like against like making money. Like, I yeah, I just like it's really is asinine. It's truly asinine. But you know what? Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and hit on this Rainbow Runs here. Get this thing going, and we're also going to be breaking out the big bong ski. I got her out yesterday for Easter while doing the Easter egg hunt with the Bedford Secret Sesh. For some of the parents and volunteers who wanted to get right. But so I haven't given it quite the full clean yet. So I figure why might as well like have some fun with it while we're rocking. Yo, what is up, fighting the evil? Yo, what is up, Corey and Lauren? Yo, hi y'all, hi y'all, hi y'all. Yo, yeah, let's see some 420s in the chat. I am shit. Where is my Fuego? But yeah, let's go ahead and sample some of this Rainbow Runts and see how it's going, and then uh, keep this train a moving. Oh, actually, what am I doing, guys? Haha. Yeah, we got to do our rip cams. Boom. Yeah, guys. Cheers. Wow. Okay. Very woodsy. Very woodsy. Very deep earth vibes. Wow. Wow. Okay. There's a there's like a little bit of like heat. Um, although and by and large pretty smooth. And it could also be that like just this different bowl here that I'm using, not using my other normal bowl. That there is some weed in the bowl that from before the live stream started that I wasn't really trying to smoke going into the live stream because it like kind of messed my head up. We're gonna smoke it in a little bit, but just like not right now. Weed has a place and time. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Joints over bongs. Now everything's got a place, got a point in time and place, you know. Because sometimes like a joint's just like not always like appropriate. We talk about this all the time. Fighting evil. We go back and forth on it. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. And all in all, had some stuff going on over the weekend. You know, wasn't able to see some of my peoples that I normally get to see, but I got to see some people that I normally don't get to see. So it was all pretty good. It was all pretty good. Ooh, I meant to have a little bit of music on for that rip. I made a little note for myself: play music when ripping bong. uh, but yeah. Now. I'm going to move on real quick because I'm getting a little bit behind, and I want to make sure that I cover a couple things before we get to our guest. Which very very important story. But yeah, so let's pan out for a second to the broader like canvas, if you were. Um, Now contrasting Youngkin's stance, we'll say, which I am like. I guess that's the best way we can call it. Youngkin stance, with these with some success stories rather of legalization across the nation. Now, according to a detailed op-ed that was published in Marijuana Moment, um, the data is absolutely clear. Legalization is not the societal boogeyman some people like feared that it would be, and that people like Youngkin would try and convince us that it is. Like in states like Colorado, Washington, the shift to legal weed has ushered in a host of benefits. The underground market shrinking. The youth aren't descending into pot-induced chaos. In fact, if I remember correctly, it even said that teen marijuana use has seen a significant decline since their legalization. I mean, any person out there that drinking alcohol. Y'all remember like people trying to like us trying to sneak drinks and drink whenever you could before you were allowed to, and then literally as soon as you turned 21, it was like, all right, well I can now get it wherever I want. And I have so many options. It's not that big of a deal anymore. I don't feel this urgency to try and get it at every opportunity. I am like these facts shine a harsh light on Youngkin's narrative. Like he warns of some type of societal collapse. Like states with legal cannabis are enjoying improved public health, safety, and strong economic gains. The data is a clear rebuke to the governor's outdated, fear-driven rhetoric. Um, yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I mean, from the political standpoint of trying to be like conservative about the kids and the money, are thrown out the window. But what about the religious folks they're on the right wing and whatnot? Um, Jesus, right? There's a twist that might seem like maybe I've like inhaled this Rainbow Runts a little too deeply, which I gotta say, so far I'm already feeling a very nice full body like high. There is no differentiation between the head and the body in terms of the effect. I feel like this heaviness kind of flowing nice and even through me, but my eyes feel nice and clear. Like I'm able to like keep engaging with like this latest stuff on the screen and whatnot. But um, what was I saying? Um, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So yeah, here's a question. Was Jesus like a proponent for cannabis? And this isn't just like some high idea, but this is a theory that has a lot of scholarly backing. Especially when you consider how much the Bible has been modified over the years, and on all the things that go into like sacramental oils and all this other stuff. Like delving into like ancient texts and languages, like researchers suggest that references to like cannabism, right? Cannabism, in the Bible, is actually referencing cannabis, and the reason for this, is because the other thing that they were trying to say that cannabism was just like doesn't even make sense to use as a aromatic resin or like any other type of thing whatsoever. Whereas like cannabis was frequently traded like on the Silk Route along with frankincense and other aromatic resins. Um, like so if this is true, right? Like that it actually is cannabis. It can mean that Jesus used cannabis infused oils to perform healings, like cast divining light on a plant, like it's like therapeutic properties, you know, like we've been using it forever and it's been a part of religion forever, like the religion of Abraham, the Zoroastrians, like their clerics and their religious practices heavily use cannabis. It's used in Jewish practices. It's, I mean, not modern day necessarily, but like in ancient temples. Yeah, this perspective doesn't just challenge Youngkin's anti-weed stance, guys. It flips the script, like suggesting a potential like alignment of cannabis with Christian values of healing and compassion. The idea that cannabis could have had a biblical endorsement throws a heavenly wrench into the machinery of modern day cannabis prohibition. Um, right. Okay. Let's see what time. What time is it? Man, yeah, these Rainbow Runts. I gotta say, this Rainbow Runts has got me feeling pretty cooked right now. Um, like hold on a second. Um, do, 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 do. Okay. There we go. All right, so it's about 9:10. Ooh, hey, what's going on with my? Why's my feed so tight? Ah, that's okay. Um, Oops, sorry about that, guys. All right, yeah. So let's check in with this Rainbow Rinse. Yeah, the high is actually also translating into like a nice kind of head high. I'm getting a bit of like cotton mouth, and I am starting to feel a little bit of pressure like wrapping around like the head a little bit. But yeah, I gotta say, like, it's very nice. It's like a balanced, like relaxing leaning. I would say, uh, very dope. Um, yes. So, yes, the cannabis M. Like was used as a stoner. I'm not gonna sit there and say like, oh yes, he was absolutely for certain. But I mean, it is pretty. You know, it's pretty like sus like on that. But yeah, let me here, let me pause for a second to see check comments. Um, where are they at? Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Discovered vertical live streams. All you have to do is go live on YouTube through YouTube, but StreamYard or through Streamlabs, just YouTube. No reefer madness. Haha. You can find many random folk to grow the channel fast. Oh, haha. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, gee. Okay. Yeah. That's very cool. I did not know that about I did not know that about YouTube vertical streaming. That sounds pretty interesting. Um, I wonder how I might be able to integrate that with Restream. So that might be that might be good to know down the line. But yeah, I will. I'll check that out. I'll check that out. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, so sorry. I don't want to get too off because I do. There is one more thing I want to talk about before we have my guest on. Oh yeah. Okay. So guys, like, let's get into the nitty gritty. Yeah. Like this is time. It's time for that. Um, Virginia's cannabis legalization, or really the lack thereof, um, and how its impacts are affecting real Virginians. Like Youngkin's vetoes are not just political maneuvers; like they have tangible impacts on the ground. You know, with possession decriminalized but sales still legal, Virginians are in a limbo that fuels the very issues that Youngkin like claims to combat. Which is the really the great cognitive dissonance there. guys. Like, um, is that he's slamming down cannabis aggressively with violent rhetoric, um, and is literally claiming the very thing that the things that cannabis can and are helping, um, as the cause. I mean, back to like my raincoat example. That's like saying that raincoats are the reason why it rains. It doesn't make any sense. Um, and like it's man, these unregulated markets, the associated risks, and this situation isn't just ironic and it's counterproductive. Like it's undermining public safety, and like the economic opportunities that are being lost. I mean, yeah, sure. Like the gray market is going to continue to be able to like thrive and maneuver itself, but not really in a way that like can truly lead to like greater growth. Because like what a lot of money that folks make, end up getting tied up in like what exorbitant licensing fees for the state to try and recoup all the money they think they've lost in taxes, because that's the only thing I can truly imagine for like where these giant license fees are coming from, like in the first place, like $1 million to have a cannabis license. I guess it's like, hey, we know that you probably operated illegally or whatever, and this is our way of trying to like make up for the money that we think we've lost in taxes. Like I don't know, like this is just me just kind of like just off the top of my head. Um, but and looking beyond Virginia, we see a mosaic of success stories in states that have embraced legalization, and from plummeting arrest rates to significant tax revenues and controlled public, like safety of products. And the benefits are completely undeniable. And these success stories aren't just statistics; they represent a shift in societal norms and attitudes towards cannabis, which at the end of the day, you're a public servant. Like this is what we're saying we want. Like society, like who you were to serve, like says this is what's happening. And if this is not an example of a corrupt a corrupt politician, I really don't know what is. And I think that's also really telling for us if we're in a situation where we know we have like politicians that are blatantly corrupted to our face, and we can't really seem to do anything to stop them because people are spending enough money to keep them relevant. I I think honestly, like I was talking about with Kanye West earlier, like the whole situation where like if you're willing to court enough controversy, like attention, as long as you can get attention on yourself, whether for better or for worse, like you can get people that'll give you money. Which I don't know, like is there something wrong with that? Like, or is it like maybe just learning, how to be safe with knives, like type situation? Like, yeah, like anything can be inherently dangerous, but like right now we're being irresponsible. I don't know. But yeah, like, uh, they all of these success stories that these other states are seeing. I mean, though, like, no, I don't think anyone's arguing at that point. I don't think anyone's tried to say that like these states are lying about like how well they've been doing. And this is a challenge to the foundation of prohibitionist arguments, and it highlights the potential for a more rational, like compassionate approach to cannabis policy. Um, now, um, now let's actually get a chance to like hear from like the heart of the issue. Um, we got a Virginia family, a Virginia business, um, that's joining us to, like to share their experience with like state cannabis laws. Um, you Mr. Cody Thompson of Green Thumb Consulting. and also responsible for the 710 meltdown last year, in all of its epicness. Yeah, how are you doing today, bud?
Pretty good, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you well. Yeah, yeah. I want to apologize for the holdups earlier. I know we should have been on a bit sooner.
Okay, I know how it is.
um, but yes. Ooh, man, I am. Oh, my screen. What is? I got a little thing. I need to. Is there something I can do about this? Hold on 1 second. Uh, maybe I can. Wow. All right, that worked. Bet. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah. But how are you doing today, bud?
Pretty good, man. Just busy as always.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it. Oh boy, man. Dude. I am freaking cooked off of this Rainbow Runs.
I
Yeah.
need to bust into some Ovu sift that I pressed a couple of months ago. It's been sitting
Ooh.
to Transcendent Glass custom piece here from Andy.
Yo, yeah, shout out Andy Dillon. Yeah, he's got some great pieces. That is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I snagged this up at the last Beans for Boot event. So that's good.
Um, but yes, hey, Cody, here, if for a second, for those who are not familiar with Green Thumb Consulting, and to tell us a bit about your business and like what you do to help serve the cannabis community.
Yeah, so my biggest thing, especially right now, is education. So back when I first started even like delving into learning about cannabis, it was 2019, 2018. So, a couple years before legalization, there were no classes, there wasn't a lot of information, and then I saw online, the back and forth of everything. So it was really hard to try to get into it. So I tried to go to college for horticulture, and during that time, they kind of helped me work on a hemp farm out at Garrett Farms. So I worked out at Garrett Farms for a little bit. So I kind of got my hands on, hemp and everything. But I saw how hard it was for people to get access to the education. So the first thing when legalization came was I tried to help spread that knowledge. So I started Green Thumb consulting, and then that kind of branched out into doing more than just education. I started helping people do tent setups, consulting their plants, of course, diagnostics, and now we've moved into the events. We've got several events that we've done, like the 710 last year. We help with the local veterans. A local veteran set up a local event for veterans. Beans for Boots. We've done that 2 years.
Yeah, beans for boots.
That's always been fun. And then now, of course, we got the 420 grow down this year. So plus we've got the Growers Cup that we've done, and then now I've moved into selling seeds as well. So just kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I know that's got to be pretty exciting with the Growers Cup as like like going from this one point of like helping people developing their grows, and now that a lot of these people that like have like gotten tutelage and developing their grows are now like competing like to show off like what they've learned. Um, yeah, so like I know that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's awesome. Yeah. So last year's was it turned out pretty great. So hopefully this year's that's pretty good as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I know I'm excited myself, and like I said, in addition to owning this this business, like you're also a parent.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. 2 year old
that's,
is Jet. Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Yeah. 2 year old Jet.
Yeah, say a jet. So yeah, how is that balancing being both like a parent and a business owner? I like so like, I guess imagine it's like having multiple kids.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. I just honestly weed and everybody around me kind of help, it's everybody's real lenient, so I don't have a lot of issues in my life. It's just, what it is, yeah. Everything's pretty easy going. I mean, he's a great kid, so he doesn't really give me a hard time either. And like I said, weed usually just keeps me going, so that's how I keep my head straight.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the things that I've read like that I say to people all the time. You know, we whether we're using it like recreationally or medically, like we're all like ultimately in some way like using it medically. uh, so yeah, tell me, what are some of the challenges that you've like faced, like managing like the two, and especially like dealing with like all these like ever changing like laws and spaces
Yeah.
with cannabis.
So I mean, there's the huge thing that happened when he was born when we actually had a big case with CPS right at the start. So right after he was born, of course, my wife consumed during pregnancy. She really advocates for usage during pregnancy because it helps with a lot of ailments. And it's already been shown really not to do too much um to mental capacity or anything like that. He hasn't, we've definitely not seen anything wrong with Jet or anything like that. So she spent a lot of time researching and, knowing when she should smoke and when she, should chill out and stuff like that at certain times, especially like breastfeeding and stuff. So there was a lot of, she delved into a lot of it pretty much.
No,
But anyways, she consumed during the whole pregnancy. And we went down to Carillion to have him and everything, and they checked his stool sample, and it tested positive, obviously. And when they found that out, they actually opened a CPS case up on us. And they came into we were still in the hospital for a couple of days, everything like that. um, they came into the room while we were at the hospital. I was actually asleep when they came in, and they just were like, "Hey, we're child with Child Protective Services. We found out that you can do cannabis, so we need to open up this case." Basically, what they did was they just asked us information about consuming and everything like that, and then they pursued to do a home visit. We were settled in at home. Uh, excuse me. Took some time to get back home because we did have some complications with the Billy Rubin. Like they just put him in a UV light for a little bit, but that's normal with babies and everything like that. Um, anyways, once that was said and done, we got back home, and then they came out and did the home check. Well, they mainly were looking for places for him to sleep. Places, making sure that he had a place that was suitable for him to live. They took about 15 steps into my house, looked around, checked out the couple of rooms that were right there on the top, and it was good to go. Um, they closed the case and it was said and done. So it was a shut booking case. But during the time that we were waiting, of course, it was already legal here, and we were able to cultivate and everything. I panicked because I assumed everything had to be square under lock and key. So I locked
no,
up. I locked up all the tents. Every tent had a lock on it. I went out and bought locks for all the tents. I bought locks for the door that goes into the room because they didn't have a lock on it as well. So, I took all these precautions and everything like that. But at the same time, he should be able to be around these plants, in my opinion. And I've allowed him to be around these plants. There's nothing wrong with him to be allowed these plants because he should be educated beforehand. These are dad and mom's medicinal plants. And that's just, I think that's the what really got me there was I had to sit there and hide all of this stuff. Now I'm not out here exposing him to flour. I'm not putting flour in his face, smoke this, nothing like that. But he should be allowed to see the plants, cultivate them with me. I mean, he helps me in the garden already outside with normal vegetables and everything like that, and this is just another plant in my opinion.
right? Yeah, I think there's a little bit of I think a misnomer that people have with cannabis where they think that like, oh, if you're just like if you're in the same room with the plant, if you touch the plant, if you get like the resin on you or something like that, like, oh, you're gonna get high, or like, which I mean, that the funny thing is that like no drug is that really true about. The only drug that I think is even remotely true is um like taking acid or something and getting the acid sweats. Like, don't go around touching animals or something, like I've heard. like, but I mean, even for like most other substances, like and pot included, like like just being around it isn't something that's like going to necessarily like cause harm. It's like a it's when there's like consumption situations, and like those type of exposure situations, and like 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 secondhand smoke maybe type situations. But you mentioned like your wife's advocacy for using it like during her pregnancy, and now like Jet, you said it's like 2 years old. I mean, obviously at this point, you would have seen something, if anything, right? I think just the other day.
Yeah, we've seen the exact opposite, honestly. He sells in every way. We actually went to the doctor today, and they were astounded at how, well, he's talking and doing things already. The only thing that he's not doing is potty training, and that's normal. So, um, he's great. I mean, he's, like I said, he's really smart. He figures a lot of stuff out on his own that we don't have to teach him. But even if we do teach him, he, learns at the heartbeat. So. Yeah, he's very smart. So definitely, I will definitely say that it didn't do anything negative to him.
Yeah.
That it benefited, that he could just be smart, but yeah, it definitely didn't diminish anything. So
Yeah, man, and that's the thing that we should like try and like emphasize here is that we're like, yeah, we're not even like like saying or suggesting like with this, so like like, oh, like weed makes like your kids better or anything like that, but just the simple fact that that like he may just be like just a gifted kid, but at the very least nothing negative has been like observed, like, and
help. Yeah,
yeah. Like
yeah.
that's great to hear. Like this, like the story they have like many times we end up like seeing it very much not go that way. Like parents like being like harassed for, but like basically like cannabis being used as a weapon. I like just for like trying to get at all their ulterior ulterior motives. I even recalled recently. I guess not too recent at this point. Was it the Maryland State Police protested the legalization of cannabis because doing so would make it more difficult for them to bust people on other related charges such as gun trafficking and human trafficking. So basically they were trying to say that like, oh yeah, because we can't use the excuse of weed just to pull someone over, that like and but no, I'm sorry, no, let me flip that around. Like they were basically saying that they were using the like weed as a pretense of pulling people over and searching their cars to try and do other police work. That basically like that they're using like cannabis as like a lazy shortcut for police work.
Things kind of happening in the hospital too, because I recently had food poisoning from Sonic. Standing
Go.
like the worst food poison I've had in my life. To the point where like my part of my family are diabetics. So when I started getting some like tingling feelings in my hands and I could no longer feel them, I kind of started taking it as a concern. Called the ambulance, rode the ambulance over to the hospital, went to the ER. Well, when I got there, I found out that I wasn't diabetic. It was just food poisoning. But the moment that I got in there, the first doctor that spoke to me found out that I smoked cannabis and instantly assumed that it was what was it, CHS, cannabis hypermesis syndrome. Well,
Man,
cannabis,
they real happy to get on that.
they love it. It's a crutch. But if anybody that's really done their research, I'm pretty sure you throw up if immediately, if not long after you consume that cannabis. I hadn't consumed anything since the night prior to that. I had went to sleep, woke up, and then started throwing up. So,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense. But, of course, I came home, after all this was said and done, and I sat right here and I smoked a crap ton of weed and I looked around and I was like, yep, nope, not throwing up. So, diagnosed that one really quick. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was,
they
I had him and told him no too, and he wanted to argue with me and was like, "Yeah, it's my medical opinion that it is." And I was like, "Well, you haven't done any tests or anything, you know?" Like he
yep,
was,
yep, exactly.
yeah, that was fun too.
Now, what the hell is going on with my camera? Am I blurry to you?
I think it's a little blurry.
Yeah, I think I got my camera stoned. Um, there, hold on one second. Yeah, WTF, mate. Yeah, we'll take this moment to check out some of the comments. There's that. Did that fix it?
Yes, there you go.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, that fixed it. Um, okay, yeah, let's see. Get the comments. Oh yeah, I'm late. I'm late to it, but the veto man needs to be vetoed. Yes, I agree. Um, and that I think his veto can be vetoed. Like I think they can override the veto. Um,
Last I read, it
oh,
was something like appeals or something like that. Is what it was.
would you say?
It was like something about appeals or something.
Yeah. I think maybe maybe that's it. Hey, what's up, Jen? Hey, what's up? What's up, Fosters? Um, yeah, like yeah, I guess the option is to appeal. And the best way that we can do about that is to contact our our wait, no, we're the constituents. I was going to say our constituents, our politicians. And for us here in Roanoke, oh, I was just looking at this the other day. Um, golly, man, a new rig. So like I've suddenly gone from using my laptop to like using this, and like I didn't really transfer like tabs like and all that other stuff over just yet. So you'll have to forgive me for a second. Um, oh yeah, Warner. That's right. That's right. We need contact. We need to contact Warner. Mark Warner is our senator. And also and Klein is like our congressman, Ben Klein. So yeah, Mark Warner and Ben Klein, we like contact them and we iterate our stance on these the both the like the House bill and like the Senate bill to be to appeal it, that this is what we want. It's the will of the people. Like we can override that shit. Hey, do you see in the comments? Jen Bailey said to tell your wife. She said, "Hey."
Oh, well.
um, yes. Two thirds of the House and Senate have to vote. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. And then they can like basically they can override it. Um, I mean, how crazy would that be? If like to live in a country where like no matter what the president decides, like the Senate and Congress would just completely override them, like they do all the time, like no matter who's president. But then on a state level, like whatever the the governor says goes. Like, talk about like tell me you're screwed without telling me you're screwed. Yo, hey, did you end up hitting that bowl that you were showing off yet?
Yeah. So this is some orange velvet underground that I had. What was it? Last August, I think, was around the time that I harvested it. Took it through a trim bin, and maybe if I can find my camera here. I don't know how good that's gonna look, but yeah, made a big old puck out of.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I feel like you hooked me up with a puck like that a little while back.
Think I might have, yeah, but that was
Yeah.
strain. Yeah, it's just orange velvet underground, real high in CBG. That's why I love that one. So super tangerine. That's what the when we smoked that orange Fanta the other day, it reminded me a lot of that because it's really high, like citrusy flavor.
Yeah.
love that flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's in that other bowl right now. That's that orange Fanta. But I'm not going to smoke on that just yet because this Rainbow Runt has actually been treating me right. So I'm going to finish off this little bit of a bowl in here because actually I thought I cleared it, but I guess I didn't. It's funny. Like I want to like this bowl. They have these little like glycerin filled bowls. There's like, oh, cool yourself, but like it's such an awkward like bowl shape because it's like a stacked tier. Just oh wait, my bad. I'm sitting there showing the screen like it's a camera. Like it's just like stacked tier thing that ends up creating these weird angles. Oh, don't be like that camera. Come on. Bruh. Here, let's see. Can we do it? Uh,
Good.
yeah, I did it. Nice. Okay, I just gotta like lean back,
It might
lean back.
be just turn off. That might be what that is. It's like
um,
autofocus.
yeah, right. But yeah, I'm gonna break out the oh the little lady, Big Mama. Um, yeah,
Oh,
no, this has been pretty nice though. This has been pretty nice smoke.
dude.
Here, let me grab this real quick. Uh, okay. Um, so I guess just a moment to for you guys, the audience, to this gets like kind of uh for the story that we're talking about here. I'm reflecting on Cody's like situation that he had to deal with, and like just and how fortunate that they really were that it was able to end the way it was because like for so many other families in Virginia, it is not quite going that way, and like they're still fighting to be able to keep their families together. Like I mean, just like the broader context that we have here we can't help but notice that the glaring hypocrisy in Youngkin's stance. On one hand, he touts Christian values, and on the other hand, like decides like that he opposes a plant that may have historical and biblical roots in healing and spirituality. And decided to be an asshole about it on Easter of all times. Like for like the very savior that was crucified and butchered like an animal. Um, I also quite possibly used cannabis as a part of like his healing and his practices. Um, so gosh, the irony is just like it's like it's really it's um like this contradiction. It's not just a political quirk. It's fundamental. It's a fundamental misalignment with the core values of compassion, healing, and justice that like many Virginians and indeed many Christians like hold dear. I guess what I'm saying like is Happy Easter, Youngkin. And while you might have thought you put this whole thing down and to rest, I promise you, within its due time, like we will ensure that it rises again. It might not be in 3 days, but like we're gonna make sure it rises again. Um, I think it's time. I think it's time for some smoke action. Here, let's pull it back. Yeah, nice. There we go. Look at that. What are we looking at here? I'm seeing a couple of perk stacks with a ooh. What type of diffuser bottom is that?
Honeycomb.
Jesus Christ, that's like a hyper honeycomb. That's like a hexa holla haka decagram.
You remember Sherry's place? When it was Sherry's place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this at Sherry's when they were still at Sherry's. They were selling this, I think, they were selling it on sale, I think, or something like that. And I ended up grabbing it because the downstem or something they did. Yeah, something I don't remember. Yeah,
Yo, let's go. Let's go. That is awesome. That's awesome. Yeah,
I
I
listen.
shoot. Yeah, I need to get I need to get another rig. I just haven't seen the right one yet that calls to me. And the last time that I kind of jumped the gun on it, I ended up being like not so happy with it. So now I've learned patience. um but here, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got here? Where is my? Oh, ooh, what the fuck? That's oh, okay. I can just do that. All right, bet. All right, okay. Mm. Okay, bah, there we go. All right, I just had to make a couple of little adjustments. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Can we get the? Yeah, there we go. All right. Here, let's go. Okay. This Rainbow Runt's rocked pretty good, so I imagine that this is about to kick my ass. I am not holding back on this bowl. Um, like, it's a thickie. And anybody who's ripped this bowl knows that I am that this thing is getting packed right now. Um, so yeah, we'll rock this Rainbow Runt. Yeah, appreciate you, Chris Hunter, Roanoke Cannabis Adventures. And let's see how ultimately smooth it is. Yo, let's see. I can get this turned up just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. All right. Cheers, you guys. Yeah. Cheers, Cody.
Woo,
Yeah.
tasty.
God damn. Man, this thing chugs like it's got a Hemi in it. Whoo, a Hemi. Hemi. Holy shit. Whoo. Yo. Yeah.
Little diamond. Oh,
Oh
oh.
my god. Oh my god. Bro. Okay. That that Rainbow Runs was like actually pretty redonkulously smooth. um wow. I gotta say I am I'm impressed with how smooth that was. Yay! What's up, Jen? Oh, different Jen. This is Jen. Crack. What up? And yes, it is. I love this bong. Oh, this thing, I swear, this bong is like, it's got an old school design. It's got like the wide mouth on top. But the best way I can compare this, it's like it's old school American muscle. You know, it's like a Hemi Cuda or like the old school like Charger or Challenger. It's like it's got like a deep like chug, great filtration action. Like, but it will mollywop your ass. Like, oh man. Yo, okay. Um, So, um, ooh, holy shit! I look away for a second and I see this beauteousness. What? Look at that alien. That is dope. Hell yeah, that shit is cool as hell. Yo, yeah, right? Yeah. Is that the Kraken? Is that
This one got the piece, this piece from Ivy and Vinton, and then I got this carb cap from Andy, Transcendent. I got a lot of my stuff from Andy nowadays.
Yeah. Andy is like he is such a talented glass artist. Like
I'm probably gonna get him to make Dakota and Both Eye some custom pieces.
yeah. I want to make me a custom piece. I want him the Frankenstein, like one of my like favorite like all time favorite small pieces, like into like something like even better, like or like I don't know, like maybe he won't what
I like him.
oh he made that.
No, Mary Perry.
Oh yeah, Mary Perry. Yeah, she is freaking awesome.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere with this. I love this thing. It's on my desk all the time. But I told Andy this is basically the design I want for the custom piece, and I want to be able to like hit it from up here.
Oh, wait,
Here,
got a got a comment said if you're so concerned with the temperature, why would you go smoke government regulated concentrate, which are filled with synthetic compounds? Um,
make your own.
those THC diamonds are fake as fuck. I've tested them independently through many companies. Yeah. A lot of the THCA like situations, they're not the best to trust. You definitely want to do like testing when you can. Yeah, like Suno Bunny like has a good point there. Especially with like the recent studies that were coming out from independent companies that were finding that a lot of carts in even legal states like had a bunch of crap in it. And that's regulated by the government. Oklahoma got its wrist slapped real hard again. Like, granted, like honestly, I feel like some people might be trying to use Oklahoma as a cat's paw to try and prove that that low cost of entry into cannabis spaces is a bad idea. So you have people in there that are literally like that like have so much money that they can throw away money by like being a fucktard in Oklahoma just to prove a point, you ever like get the advice like someone ever tell you if you want to get out of doing work like just do a really really bad job at it so they'll never ask you to do it again type deal. Well, like you to imagine using that as a tactic to try and make someone else look back like, oh, look how terrible they're doing. They got people that are producing stuff that got all types of like terrible things in it. Like when lo and behold, like you're the one who's doing it, like while you're talking shit about it, like carts hurt the chest. Yo, yeah, carts should not really hurt your chest. Yeah,
Right.
man, that like yeah. Um, oh wait, yeah. Nah, shit. What was I gonna ask you? Um. Okay, this Rainbow Runs, man. On the bong rip. On the bong rip. Uh yeah. I'm pretty ripped. I'm pretty faded right now. This is nice. Like I'm like heavy slap. What's that?
Hydro courses, the hydroponic courses. I'm bringing the hydroponic courses to Virginia Western.
Oh yes, that is right. Um, the Rock Farm. Yes, he does. Hitting an Andy slide right now. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. No. Well, yeah. Yes. Actually, that is something you spelled it wrong, but I'll get to that in a second. Yes. Cody, please tell us about this this hydroponics course that you're bringing to Virginia Western. Like, yeah, when is it? When is it happening? Like, how can people sign up? All that good stuff.
So yeah, I don't have much details like that yet. I've just been working with the dean for a while because that's where I graduated from. I'm an alumni, and I tried to get cannabis courses, everything like that, because they're a public institution. They didn't see it was the best of interest right now, but that could change in a matter of seconds. But at this point in time, she's offered for me to teach the pilot program or the pilot classes for hydroponics because they don't have any hydroponic courses right now. And then she said
Oh,
if excuse me, if uh, if that all goes into fruition where cannabis is allowed, then it's just a flick of the switch, and then it's all good. So um,
yeah,
yeah, so that's
yeah,
that's looking exciting now. The big thing that I'm gonna probably see in this is they're gonna come in there and students are gonna ask me about cannabis related questions. And when I was in college there, my professors did not shut that down. They encouraged it. So, hopefully I'm going to be able to do the same as long as, I'm not growing cannabis in the classroom. It should,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that is a very interesting situation that we have like upon us because some something that I've noticed um as well that like will it face greater scrutiny because of that?
right.
Um, like that is um
Like if I have
'cause-
every, if I have 10 kids in the class, because in my classes in college, it was like 10 kids because it was, specified. Um, but if I have 10 kids and they're all 10 interested in growing or having their own cultivation facility hydroponically, then it's going to be kind of hard not to talk
yeah,
on,
right.
especially when I have the knowledge and that's what they want to know, and they're paying for a class. So
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. So I imagine it just comes down to semantics, key, um, like discussing what's in the legal framework, like type stuff, and like hypotheticals, and it's like the gray area that that we have to that we have to exist in is
it's
uh,
worse than
now, but at the same time, also I feel like now there's always something to be gained being in such a challenging environment is that we find our way through it, and we have indispensable skills like we'll be able to conquer it all. Tough times make strong people or whatnot. um but yeah.
Yep. So I'm meeting with the workforce professor this Thursday to talk about the building the curriculum, getting
Yeah.
courses and everything like that. Um, and then we'll probably end up going from there. So
Yeah. So, do you um, so you don't have a rough time period for when you that looked like that could be starting maybe the end of the year
yeah,
or
they really didn't give me any information on that, how long it would be.
okay.
They just told me that they would like to build the curriculum, and they sent me the email over and said that they would like to offer me to teach it.
Yeah.
Long
Now,
as it's good. So
in the meantime, people that want to learn about growing, hydroponically or otherwise, you have a growers a meetup that happens once a month, right? Yeah, tell us more about that.
yeah, so over at HTG Supply in Roanoke, we have what we call the Cultivation Club, and that usually is the first Saturday of every month. Now, next month's gonna, or this month's obviously gonna be a little different. because we have 420 coming up, and then us at the shop we have Fox Farm coming. I think on the 13th. So we've got a lot of stuff going on this month. So we probably won't end up doing that. But yeah, starting back up May. Which May is going to be a great one because that's right before everybody's planting outdoors and everything. So that's going to be really good. Um, I don't know what the actual date is right now. I can't see my calendar, but the first Saturday, yeah, we will have the club meeting again at HTG. You're just free to come in. We just talk pretty much anything. So, um, yeah, yeah. It kind of just it. Sometimes we've had like ideas planned in the past where we'll talk about this, but we'll end up talking about genetics all day or something, and it's just a little basically like a garden club for weed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, to allow people to kind of like direct it like where like the group needs it to go.
Yeah, and usually it's some pretty
Oh,
level conversations.
the Rock Farm asked if it's a clone swap.
No, it's not a clone swap. No, we did have a seed swap before. Um, if that has big enough interest, we can easily do that one again. I'm trying to get some what is it? Some clearance to do like a seed giveaway, hopefully. But I don't know if that's going to happen yet. I haven't really talked with um the higher ups yet. So, but yeah,
Okay, okay. A great Snow Bunny said a great hydroponic variety is the haze. They grow so fast.
I,
Um,
I got purple haze right now from G13.
yeah.
I'm not growing them, but I've got some. Yeah.
Okay. Is have you grown hazes before? Oh
Now,
man, that sounds like one that might be worth looking at because I do love me some hazes, and I've only done I've done a handful of hydroponic grows. I've been like lucky the ones I've been able to get involved in. But yeah, no, predominantly like I do I do my soil business. Like I
yeah,
keep it.
growing cocoa. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can't. Yeah, like I wouldn't quite call it old school, but like I don't know. I like playing in the dirt. I just finished. I just finished incorporating worms into my to my living soil bed.
I got that outdoor.
Um, yeah, yeah. Doing it for my indoor. See how it goes. Um, like it's. I mean, it's not a small baby. It's a what's it like 35 gallons. I want to say.
I have the 100-gallon outdoor, but it just that where the worms are, but that's just peppers. I don't do. I'm my landlord is the church next door, so we don't grow outdoor.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we don't. It's like the fencing is an issue, so like for the yard privacy. So yeah, I do it inside. Um,
But yeah, no, I've never really put worms in my indoor beds. I've done like rove beetles, beneficial insects, stuff like that, but never worms. I do have a lot of worms in that outdoor bed though. It's yeah, but it's a 100.
yeah, I put some red wigglers in, but then I I'm also going to be adding in some European night crawlers because like of how deep the bed is.
Okay.
Because like the earthworms only go down like about like a half foot, like to like at the absolute most, like a foot. Which honestly, the foot's like kind of the foot is wishful, a combination of wishful thinking and also overpopulation. If it gets to that point, but they're not like I only like there are just I only put like 100 in there to get so they have plenty of time to like fill up. But like the night crawlers, they'll go down like a couple feet, um and that's like where like I need to be like tending to because I kind of did it like a hugel style, like a with like some partially like rotted and inoculated like wood like in the bottom that's like decomposing and whatnot. And so I want them to go down and help like help break that down a little bit and help like also distribute like the moisture and like whatnot down there. um because like I got like in the bed. In addition, because like what I'm gonna do, I'm about to transplant this actually I'm about to plan to transplant this probably this hella jelly that I got from the rock farm um into the bed, but like right there now I got like some white Dutch clover and some like cilantro and like a tomato and like there's some marigold there, and then there's a bunch of other things I planted that just like haven't quite come up yet.
Yeah.
um but I got a bunch of other, I like it, it looks kind of like a like it looks like that yard in some people's like neighborhoods, like the wild garden yard. There's just like cut your grass, damn it. It's like why you got these weeds? Like they're not weeds. They're companion plants. I'm like, but like getting it all well established. So like uh like I don't know, like it's. I feel like I'm like, oh my god, like I'm building a little engine. Yeah. um and the worms are like one of the like the last like pieces that's missing to like make sure it's like I'm getting combustion.
Yeah.
I think my mycelial mass is growing pretty good down there. I don't know. I'm gonna find out when I dig this hole up to bury.
I have a
What?
test. I have a test kit for that.
What?
Yeah, so I have it's a microbiometer. Basically, we take however deep of this, if you want it, if you're trying to get the levels down there near like the fungi and stuff like that, we'll dig deep and get like a soil sample from down there. I basically just kind of like agitate it with this. I wish I had it on me. I'd show you. I agitate it with like this. I don't know exactly what the powder is, but I mix this powder up into the water and then agitate the soil for a while. Soil sits and settles, and then you take a sample and you put it on this like special paper that they have, and then you analyze it with your phone. You gotta look it up. It's microbiometer.
Sheesh. Yeah,
Basically,
buddy.
that's the microbial content in your soil, like the biomass of the microbial content, and then it'll test the bacteria to fungi ratio. Uh,
Okay.
and then I
Yeah.
got this thing. I was skeptical. I was like, how I got to obviously test it. So we tested it on my soil here. It was running kind of low on the lower side, and then I went to a bed at the shop that I knew would be a little bit higher, and it tested a little bit higher. So I'm going to go even one more, and I'm going to test the stump tea, which I know is straight microbials, and that should result in high microbial
Yeah,
mass.
so you're still like you're in the process of like calibrating it, like basic.
Not calibrating it, just making sure that it's not fake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
but
because sometimes something can be like something can like I mean it can be like accurate but off. Like it's just like okay, it works, but just like it's always going to be off by this much, type deal.
yeah,
Like okay, I got you. Yeah, shoot. Like yeah, let me know with that.
yep.
Because I
They're
yeah,
all
because I'm actually that was one thing I was worried about that because this soil is in part soil that I built and like I was like I'm more like I don't want it to be. I have concerns it might be a little like more bacterial than I'd want it to be. Uh, no, but I don't know. And I'll find out. I mean, so far everything's growing great, and the tomato plant that's in there is like just taking the fuck off.
oh
Like
yeah.
that thing. It's like I need to stake it. Like, and also I'm like, do they do top tomato plants? Like I don't know, but like what I do know is that like at some point this thing might this might be competition. uh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some tomatoes off of it, and then it'll be awesome. Soil is a charm when you know what to work with. Yes, yes, it is. Um, and it was a rock farm said Hella Jelly is the white lightning breeder's cut of the Humboldt strain Hella Jelly.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
okay.
I bet. Yeah, good old RL. Yeah, no, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Actually, wait, am I gonna do? Oh, wait. Um, I am not doing the Hello Jelly. I'm waiting on the Hello Jelly. I want to take some. I want to take some cuts of it because I got my cloner like fully put together now. Um, no, it's the super sweet. The yeah, the super sweet sativa. That one, like that's the one that I'm gonna transplant because that one's like ready to go. Um, but yeah, no, I'm about to dig out like a pretty sizable hole. Like to like transplant in because like it's in a 3 gallon right now. It's in a 3 gallon transplanter. So I'm just gonna. I don't know. I am like I'm I'm anxious. Like, God, I hope I give my worms like a week to like spread and chill the fuck out and not be in my way when I dig this hole. And I even like gave her some avocado off to the side to like, all y'all go to hell over there. Like yeah, just like don't because I'm gonna dig this thing up and I'm gonna kill like 30 worms. So like I only bought it, I only got 100. They're like, no. They're like, why is our God so cruel? Why? They're like, yeah, like create like a whole uh Jenna. No, no, no. Super sweet times skunk hero ethos. Um, that's our in-house. Oh, I am growing one of Rock Farm's in-house cuts. They're a super sweet times skunk hero. And skunk heroes, yeah, that's ethos genetics. That one, yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's ready to go, and it's also getting hungry. You know, um, it's getting to that point where like I either need to like transplant it or feed it. So off it goes. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, I had to pause for a bit because I had like mites for like a hot damn minute. Um, but
Hey,
like
Finn, I
yeah,
understand how that one went.
I kept blasting them. My boy Tim got me this pretty like dope fogger. And like only thing is that like it sprays like powerfully, so I have to take my girls outside to do it. Um, so like yeah, like I went and did that, and like kind of was just like every 3 days, like every 3 days, like and it's been they've been good now. So like I figure I'll hit them one more time, and then I'm gonna transplant because like that's the thing is that like they're not like none of them mites ever made it. Like I mean, none of them are in the flowering ton. Like, and that's like a whole ecosystem in there. Now, granted, it's an ecosystem in there because I've got like a few other little like things like in around in there too that I picked up from like the nearby like like wildlife local ecosystem or whatever. But like nothing crazy. Like I don't need to give them an opportunity to do that. So I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, because also yeah, once they're in there, like I was telling you about that little sprayer that that you were showing off.
Mhm.
That only does like a few feet, like 2 3 feet or something like that. Oh yeah, I was like, oh, that looks dope as hell because like once I'm in the bed, like it ain't moving. Like so, I need something that like does short range, and like usually, yeah, no, actually, no, yeah, this will be my first. This will be my first time doing an indoor bed like this, where we're like moving the pot is not an option.
Yeah.
All my beds have been like outdoors or just like like I can move a 15-gallon pot, like but 35, forget about it. Like, I can't even make it budge. Like, yeah.
Do
Oh man,
you
what's up?
benefit? Do you have beneficial insects in yours?
Um, aside from the worms, I've done ladybugs in the past. Um, although you know how ladybugs go. I mean, they go.
Yeah,
um,
I didn't think about the worm, but yeah,
um,
I
but
was going to Bavaria bassiana if you haven't looked into that.
Oh, with the predatory mites.
No, Bavaria bassiana. It was a beneficial fungi, but it'll kill mites. It'll kill.
Oh,
It'll kill all.
oh.
But I'm pretty sure it kills worms too. You don't want to use it in like It even tells you not to do it with like around when bees are pollinating stuff because you don't want to kill the bees.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't want to use something like that. Although I was looking at though after having an incident a couple of years ago, where I thought I had like some type of new type of mite that turned out just to be like a predatory mite. I've been looking at getting some predatory mites, because they'll they'll put an end to it, like, and then they'll just die. Like, but they will put an absolute definitive end to it. They'll we'll kill all of you. Then we'll eat your children. Like, like we will go after everything. It's just I don't know. I don't like mites at all.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like the predatory ones. Like I don't know. Like I figure like if this fogging doesn't work, which like I mean normally and this sounds so dumb, but like in the past, like whenever I've had an issue with mites, like it always happened like early on, right after like I had like a clone or something like that, and my solution was just to like just kill it and like scrub the whole area, and like I had a little like side tent spot that I would keep like as like a kind of quarantine nursery just in case like there is something like that. I don't have that kind of option anymore, and like anytime where it's gotten into my grows because it's such a problem, um I'll take I'll take like a couple clones or something if I can, clean those really good, and then just kill everything and then completely nuke the whole freaking situation. And it's such a setback, but like it's such a guaranteed like type thing. But like, man, I just don't got time to be like restarting like that. So not
Yeah.
anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, so I'm trying this out. This whole like fog situation. I mean, and so far so good. Like it's like I've even given it an opportunity to potentially come back. Like where like I had a the Ben with the rock farm. He suggested he told me he's just like yeah keep hitting it like every like 10 days. Like after that, like just because like they'll keep trying to come back because whenever a new round is like hatched, they'll notice that there is like no one around, freak the fuck out, lay a bunch of eggs, and then like try to start breeding or doing whatever their process is. Like I guess like gorging or whatever. So like it sounds almost like 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 through any type of spray, there's no like real way of getting rid of them. But like I've also like looked up like that like if you physically remove like them while you're doing this whole spraying process, that like you can actually like potentially be done with it, especially if you're only doing it with like a couple of plants. And I'm only doing it with a couple of plants, like so I figure, what the fuck? Why the fuck not? And also, this like little like fogger thing shoots up to like 15 fucking feet. So I'm like, this thing like it's like a goddamn hurricane to these plants when I'm blowing them. I'm like, well, if you can survive this hurricane while it's blowing this like organic it's like a like was it a organic shield or something like that like at you like while this is also blowing you physically off of the plants, like making sure to like fully like get you so the whole thing is just like totally like drenched by the end of it. If you can survive all this, man, me doing it every 3 days for like a couple weeks. Yeah, I mean, so I mean, like, and so far that like after doing all that, I haven't seen any hide or hair of like any spider mites. So I'm hoping that it's like done. But I'm going to give them a close inspection before doing my transplant. Like, but it's like I would have already had done it, but like been caught up with this new rig that it's been very distracting. Um, yeah, but man, dude, spider mites, they're a bitch. You mentioned aphids.
Yeah.
Is that the worst thing that you have had to deal with? If not, what is the most like bitch of a like infest or problem that you've had to deal with?
So, I mean, at Garrett Farms, we had spider mites there. That we more so threw a lot of those plants away. We didn't really kill a lot of them. I think there might have been, we might have saved some. We used some type of like orange spray, I think, and we might have saved some, but I think we killed some of them. Honestly, they got pretty bad. Is all I remember. It got webbed and all. So that was my first experience with like mites. Now my personal, yeah, aphids were probably my worst. And then I had thrips one time too. Right at the same time as the aphids. Now thrips weren't that bad though. They just kind of do more cosmetic damage than anything. They were just tearing up the leaves left and right. So I got rid of them pretty easily too. But yeah, aphids, they tore me up. My whole flower tent got shot. That was the first tent to go. And then when I tore it down, the other ones still had some in it. And yeah, I ended up tearing all four tents down. And yeah, that was shut down for probably about 2 weeks. I used Venerate, I think it was. And I doused the walls with that. Now, Venerate seemed to actually be the only thing. I use so many different things on the aphids. Nothing really seemed to, knock them or anything. But once I used Venerate, it kind of dialed them back a little, but they were still populating so fast, I just couldn't keep up with it. So I just
Yeah,
everything reset. And like I said, it was about 2 weeks, and then I started all from seed. I got the aphids from a clone. Thrips from the same way. Yeah, both from a clone. So.
yeah. Clones can be a they can be they can be a convenient head start, or they can be a major setback, depending on the situation. Oftentimes, I find that clones can be worth it. Um, like I feel like clones are worth it, when the name is right, or I don't know, or if like the person giving it to you is you're like, yeah,
Recently that I had from got from Jordan. It was a Zion train. I wanted to run it so bad. I've seen pictures of it. I mean, the final product has been gorgeous, and I got the clone, and I couldn't. My environment was like low 30%, high heat on my light. Like I just couldn't dial everything in, and it died. So I lost it. But not all clones are bad.
nah, yeah, no, they're not. I got a clone. I think the last time, um, well, I mean, this time, that I've always gotten them from clones. All the mites, like the mites this time, they're from mites, it's from a clone. But I mean, it was a worth it exchange. I knew that they were going to have mites when I got them, and I think that's a factor that plays into it as well. I was like, all right, I knew they're going to have mites. I'll deal with them. I'll deal with them when I get them. But like the last time, they were from like just some random person that was like giving me a clone to like express their thanks or something like that. And I mean, the plant looked great. Well, I didn't realize though that it had freaking mites though, and like, yeah, that sucked. That sucked. Ooh, wait, I got a comment, a couple comments. Ooh, a few comments. Um, oh, okay, no. One of them I already saw. Clover mites are all over Virginia. Be wary growing outside. Yep, yeah, that happens. I mean, but that's the thing though, is when you're growing outside, that's more manageable because like there are other things in nature that'll help keep it in balance. And also, if you do something like ladybugs or like other like whatever's like there are things that'll keep it like more in check. Although yeah, clover mites, that could be I definitely don't want to know, like, oh my god, what if these mites that I have are clover mites?
Usually that's where
If they get into my living tent, I will be absolutely fucked.
Yeah,
I've got so much clover in there. There's so much clover in there.
boy. Uh, you want something as a base, plant mint. That's
No, but I. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, I think I planted some mint too.
yeah, let
But that's
them
the thing. That
take.
actually, you know what though? That's the thing is that like these mites have been going bonkers over the dry weather though, and clover mites they like a little more like moisture weather, don't they? Or do they all like dry weather?
I have to do my research. That yeah, some mites. I know heat usually kills a lot of them.
Yeah, okay. He kills a lot of things though. Um, Yeah, so the rock farm Ben said that yeah, I'm gonna get in there and let them. Oh, gonna give them all the loving. But he said the worst thing that's happened for him is bud worms at the end of season.
So that was another thing that was actually probably the worst thing that hit us at Garrett that year. That killed a crap ton of the crops out there between that and then Pythium crown rot because of all this moisture and mold. Yeah, those budworms, man. We'd go out there on the field and we would we would just pick them off. You would see them on like every other plant constantly. Um, the only thing that I have found that sort of works is Bacillus thuringiensis, and that's spraying that in veg. BT spray, Monterey BT,
Yeah, I've heard about that.
and it sort of helps. A lot of people were trying to use spinosad, but that's kind of scary because it has like very detrimental effects when it's combusted. So if you're spraying that too close to flower, or it's being uptaken, and I don't trust that. I
Oh,
don't trust.
you get some real fire flowers, Super
Yeah,
Mario style.
BT's been the only thing that I have heard. I haven't really found anything else. I don't know of any beneficials that eat them either, other than like what a bird.
I'm sorry. Wait, say that again. I was looking at a comment.
I'm gonna say I have no idea really what anything that would eat them other than like a bird.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, me neither. Um, let's see, humidity and crazy weather, mold resistant strains. Let's see, I dealt with them. It's just a war. Spider mites, all of them species. It's the purple spring flower called thistles.
Thistles stop them?
Do they?
Is it like a deterrent, or is it like we have ones called companion plants, and then we have ones called
Yeah, like the protective ones. The
or like draw them to.
Oh no, they love thistles.
Yeah, so that's one that draws them to thistle. So if you plant thistle over here, they'll stay at the thistle and they won't mess with this usually. That's
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah, I like those good baiting. Those good bait plants.
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually something that Rock Farm told me. Said that the Hella Jelly is like a mite magnet. Which I wholeheartedly agree with because while that motherfucker was like getting taken down by the mites, the super sweet was next to it, just like I'm cool. Like it had a couple of mites on it, but the mites didn't seem to be generally interested in it. Like like in fact, like yeah, I don't even think I saw any like real like webbing on it. I'm just like right now it's more of a precaution that I haven't transplanted it over because I don't want to deal with it over there. Like I don't want to find out when it can't move. um, but I so you said you've done work with worms in your pepper bed.
Yep. I've got.
Um, so
Yeah.
how many worms you reckon you've got over there in your pepper bed?
Well, I only started with like maybe 15 or 20. I got like a pack.
Oh,
Yeah, you only need I think like 12, and then they can reproduce from that or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that they'll double their numbers like one like every like three like or 4.5 weeks they'll double their numbers.
The
Um,
first time I've ever done something like that. So I kind of put my worms, I think, a little too late in the season last year, so they might have died if they did. Just in case they did, I'm gonna go ahead and go get some more anyways, and just when I go get the bed ready here in about a week or so.
where do you get your worms from?
Echo,
Petco?
yeah, they're reptile
Like,
food.
oh, is she just get like? Do they just red wigglers, or they
Yeah,
do they have other types of worms there, or just red wigglers?
they should have other types of worms there. If
Oh, I'm
you
going by fucking Petco.
product
Oh,
might others. Yeah, Petco, PetSmart, they all have worms for the most part.
oh, hell yeah, man! I ordered worms online, like on Amazon.
Yeah, you can just go
Like,
to the.
granted,
Now,
I used an Amazon card.
a lot of them are going to be dead. I will say that.
What?
A lot will be dead.
Oh no, no, these are all alive. Like,
No, yeah, a lot go off of at Petco.
ooh, no, I want to put dead worms in my bed.
No, no, no. Just I just picked through them.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. It kind of depends. It's kind of a hit or miss there, but they are a lot cheaper usually at the pet store.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to look through them. I'm like, hey, what are your most lively worms?
Yeah, like, hey,
They'd be like, dude, you sick bastard. Like, why do you want lively worms?
go to Exotic and Aquatics and ask them if they might have them because they used to sell worms. I used to get like long worms and stuff like that for my bearded dragon as like treats and stuff. We called them like super worms. That's what they were.
Yeah, you
Um,
said exotic and aquatics. Where's
yeah,
that at?
over there off of Williamson, right across the street from Brewster's.
Oh, way down. Like, okay, so like past Happies and stuff, or past
Yeah,
where Happies used to be.
right in that strip mall right there behind the old famous Anthony's.
Okay, bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'll go check that joint out.
Yeah, they
Oh, we got some more comments. Let's see. Mammoth BT. Oh, what?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, I get you. Um, say I think he's talking about Dead Nettle. Yeah, yeah, I think he is. The Dead Nettle is what mites like. I feel like I've read the Dead Nettle were a good companion plant for like attracting certain things. He said they all come to them. It's a weed. Clover mites don't produce webbing, just discoloration. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, we don't have clover mites, or I don't have clover mites. Mine, like the ones I have, produce webbing 100%.
Spider.
Yeah, no, these are spider mites. Potentially rust mites, although
Over too though.
like spider mites. I mean, I guess there could be even a combination because there was like the discoloration on the leaves, like the white speckling, which is I think what happens with clover mites.
Stippling.
Yeah, you said yeah, like a little bunch of white dashes all over it. Um, but I mean, but there's also webbing, so I mean, like it could be who knows. But that's okay. I'm not fuck
Spider
them up
might
all.
be yeah.
Yeah, fuck them up all the same.
Oh yeah.
Um, okay, so here what so yeah, we're coming up on about let's see, an hour 45 now. And here let's see. Here, so I made some. Yeah. This was a pretty awesome sesh. I appreciate you coming on, Cody. Uh, I Yeah, see, I got it right now. I've got a double bowl pack set up to wrap up this sesh here. Um, so I'm going to clear both of them. Clear both of them out. Um, and this is kind of like I guess my both my woosah and my act of defiance towards the governor being a dick about recreational cannabis. Um, but yes, folks, I appreciate you guys sticking it out with us. As we wrap up today's journey, through this tangle world of cannabis politics and history, um, it's pretty clear that the path forward is paved with both challenges and opportunities. Uh, Governor Youngkin's vetoes represent a significant setback, for sure. And this roadblock um, that is only really showing like where his commitments lie regarding like the people go. Um, a, this growing body of evidence and public support for legalization, though, like this is a beacon of hope. The stories we've shared today, from ancient theories to modern day struggles, like the things that Cody has endured and has overcome, um, and for the families out there that are still like struggling and like fighting a system that is like literally punishing them for their lawful and legal use of a substance. Um, this underscores the need for a shift towards a more enlightened approach to cannabis policy. And but yes, thank you for joining us. Keep fighting for truth. I love you guys. Um, Gotta keep advocating for justice. Remember, Klein and Wagner. Ooh, wait, is it Wagner? Uh-oh.
Ben Klein. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, Warner. Sorry, Warner. Klein and Warner. Guys, hit them up if you're in the Roanoke area. If you are in other areas of Virginia, just it's just simple. Senator, what your locality is. Congressman, congressperson, what your locality is, and it like super quick. But just send out a message like tell them that like you support cannabis legalization, and that you support small businesses and you support like families like being able to like like use cannabis. Like there's no reason that there are so many that alcohol is so freely allowed to just like you know like flow throughout the state of Virginia, causing as much destruction as it is, while literally every single day, every single week, if you go back through my live streams every week, at some point I talk about another study. I'm not talking about the same studies. I'm talking about different studies, study after study after study after study, talking about all the things that cannabis does. I didn't even tell you about how another study that came out showing how cannabis fights skin cancer. Didn't even get to that today. Like I'll talk about it more maybe I'll write on it. But like guys, like it's ridiculous how backwards like it is. It's almost to the point that I don't know. I mean, I know it's an antagonistic. It's like you know what? Fuck them. um, But yeah, so let's go ahead and rip this, you guys. Let's see some 420s in the chat, yo. Let's who all's smoking with us. Um, let's pull the thing up. Da, da, da. Yes, woodworms. Make sure spider mites. We don't speak of curl if down, leaf white speckle spots. Backyard's full of worms. Yeah, Wednesday was that haymaker? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do this thing. Oh boy. Oh, gonna double up on this bitch. Okay. I'm getting myself psyched up. Getting myself psyched up. We got this. We got this. Yo, let's do this. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. Yeah, cheers, you guys. Oh my god, it's crazy how smooth that is. All right, here we go. Here we go. Number two. Number two. Oh my god, this orange Fanta is so good. Yo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Yo. Whew. Yeah, and definitely shout out to Curtis Coughlin on that orange Fanta.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I haven't gotten to the review on that yet, guys, but it's coming. In the meantime, uh,
And I lost all knowledge for like a straight 5 to 10 minutes at one point. That was props to you. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good straight.
no, what was that? What
Oh,
you were?
oh, I was just doing the over. Yeah,
Oh yeah, bet. Yeah,
yeah, that orange Fanta was nuts.
yo, yo, guys. I love you. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you are making time for yourselves every day. Yeah, make sure that you are showing yourselves love every day. Yeah, peace. Oh god, man, I'm so freaking lady, dude.